Merry Christmas, Tide fans.
Merry Christmas.
Let's get festive tonight.
Happy Festivus.
For the rest of us. I hope Santa brings me a offensive line this Christmas. What about you, Jeff?
Well, we've got an offensive line. It's just bring one that works.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. How about a new offensive line coach? How about a new wide receiving coach? Alabama got one in Derek Nix.
Is that official yet? DeBoer sort of said, not so fast, my friend.
Did he? I didn't see that. What happened?
I didn't see the quote, but they were talking about it. Rodney Orr was talking about on the radio that they asked him about that at the press conference, and I don't know what the exact quote was, but it was not a yes. But it wasn't a no. It was like those details, we haven't done anything yet type thing, but it's.
And it may not be done negotiating, whatever.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's not official, but all signs are pointing towards that, which I think is a great hire. I mean, he's got some SEC experience. He's been in the SEC a long time. Coached at Ole Miss forever. Had some good receivers come out of there when he was coaching them. So, maybe it's not the worst hire. I think it's a pretty good hire.
Might not be.
We all wanted Julio, but
little SEC recruiting experience.
Right.
Obviously, the rumors on the table regarding some elite Auburn wide receivers. We'll see how that goes. They're just rumors. Everybody relax. Let's go to the chat.
What up, chat?
It's a little slow getting in here tonight, but if you're in here, go ahead, like, share, leave us a big roll tide. J-Bake was first. Congratulations, J-Bake. You win absolutely nothing.
Welcome back to the top of the leaderboard.
Lance, Kayla.
Who logs in first? What's up, Lance?
Herb,
what's up, Chuck?
Raj.
Kayla?
Hey, quick shout out Herb and Raj. I was handling some stuff and did not think I was going to make it in time. Sent Herb and Raj a message and was like, hey, guys, I might need you to cover down with Jeff tonight. And they were like, bet.
No faith in me that I could handle the rig alone.
Well, no. I know. Sometimes it sucks doing it by yourself.
I know.
And it's easier to.
I'm just messing with you.
You know what I
it's
mean?
easier to bounce things off of. Who else is in here? Jay Walker in the house. Jay Rock City. What's up, Lance? I see Lance. Tobias.
Jay Walker. Tobias is already in here. Usually he pops in a little late.
This is true. I wonder why DeBoer is filling a staff in Tuscaloosa. If he's how can he? Is he real estate hunting in Ann Arbor too?
Hey, I did a great video this week with Nick Kelly, and we discussed those rumors. Definitely, when we're done here tonight live, if you're still looking for some Alabama content, go check that out. You'll love it. So it's pretty good stuff, I might say. Lance, I don't know what this means, but I feel like it's a little naughty, sir.
Maybe we don't want to know what it means. Maybe it's better that we don't know. It's a
little
family
bit
show,
Lance. Yeah, come on. Jay Walker, absolutely. Assuming the Knicks deal gets done. Yeah, SEC guy that can help grub. And you got to kind of ask with Coach Shep. I think Coach Shep was a great dude, super high energy. Fans loved him. Players loved him. Great recruiter. But his wide receivers haven't necessarily been lighting it up this year. So maybe Derek Nix is a legitimate upgrade at the position. Just
Could be. I mean, we can't run it back. We're not going to be able to because there's going to be some voids, but we just, there's improvements need to be made. And so we can't just run it back. Same go. That's part of the deal.
Sure.
When there are deficiencies and obvious holes, you fix them.
Absolutely.
At least that's what you should do.
I think, listen, I've been tooting this train. I've been driving this train, really.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, for those of you who are all doom and gloom about Alabama's offense right now, wide receivers, quarterback, whatever, I'll give you the offensive line. I'll give you that fiasco that we've had this year. But as for everything else, again, man, I'm telling you, Alabama's in a weird position. They're in limbo right now. They're fighting between who they used to be and who they want to be. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to watch, I'll admit. But I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get better. If you don't believe me, believe all these other fan bases that want Alabama's head coach at their school.
Boy, do they. They was burying him a week earlier. They were digging his grave.
Dude. I know. Crazy. They're going to fire him. Also, to any of the talking heads that are still going at that story and bringing it up in a sense that they're saying if Alabama loses to Oklahoma, Kalen DeBoer is going to get fired or he's going to leave for Michigan.
Man, that narrative needs to go.
Listen, Nick Kelly asked him about the Michigan stuff, and he said what he said. Charlie Potter then wanted clear affirmation and said, are you going to be the coach at Alabama in 2026?
Yes.
Kalen DeBoer said yes. Look, I know that there have been coaches who have said similar things in the past, but that doesn't happen as much as it used to. I don't think the dude's going anywhere, man. I think everybody needs to take a breath.
This will not be put to bed until Michigan announces a coach and has the press conference. Yeah. Otherwise, the same goofballs will do the same thing.
And wait till NFL jobs start opening up.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're going through it now? Wait till those NFL jobs start opening up, man. So,
yeah, Tobias, this is a good point. The morning show we listened to is he had a good point. The guy in the morning said, he's gonna probably get an extension or whatever, but I mean, does he
deserve an extension right now?
Has he earned one yet? I mean, I know he made the playoffs, but that's what you got hired to do. So you didn't get an extension for doing what you were hired to do. So anyway, Kayla, what's the dog's name in the picture? Oh, Reuben Foster in the house. Yeah, who's the dog in the picture, Kayla?
Jeff's like, who's that dog? I want to pet that dog. Let me pet that dog.
I'm just curious. I like dogs, so I was just wondering who the dog was.
You're right, Chuck. I agree with you, Chuck. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's what's generating clicks. There's not a whole lot of news right now.
Bingo.
Recruiting's done.
Bingo.
So they've got to find some story to kind of hold everybody over between,
Bingo.
The Lane Kiffin stuff is done. College football playoff hasn't kicked off yet. So
this is like this dead period. It's like the recruiting dead period. Nobody has anything to do. So they're just continuing with this.
Sure.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's 100% true, Tobias. Sure. That was a puzzling extension. Matt Rule's never beaten a ranked team. Got an extension? Okay. Well done. Mr. Sexton.
I was about to say, who's his agent? So
Mr. Portal is his agent. Oakley. That's a cool name.
Like the sunglasses.
The shades. I had some Jokleys when I was a kid, too.
Jokleys?
The fake Oakleys.
I got you. I had some cool.
They last about 2 weeks. They look authentic, boy. They look good for about 2 weeks, and then you open them up, and
the O falls off the side.
Yeah, the earpiece just breaks off in half. Y'all know about Jokleys.
All right.
You're right, Smith. You're right.
So the college football world has been relatively quiet outside of the transfer portal. There are a lot of people claiming their intent to enter the transfer portal. It doesn't open for a couple of more weeks after the holidays. But I think the big news this week was DJ Lagway. Patty Mahomes wannabe up there at Nebraska. Who else am I missing, chat? There were a couple of big names that announced they're
Did
going
you
to
see that tweet or somebody said that he's going to tear his ACL now just to be like Mahomes?
Watch that dude end up at Texas Tech, bro. Watch him
Yeah.
end up at Texas Tech. It's going to be crazy.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. I'm so tired of it. I love that the Nebraska fans are finally posting and they're like, can we admit that this is weird? Like, can we talk about
Now, if he throws for 55 touchdowns, then okay, touche. Well done.
Yeah, he's not that good, dude.
I know. I haven't seen anything that impressive from him yet, but
he's not that good.
Who knows?
So,
we got problems of our own.
We do. But Alabama picks up I think it's another JUCO guy, if I remember correctly, in a tight end. What was his name? Anybody remember? I'm not prepared.
This is true. If we're dressed for the Ice Bowl, we're not really prepared.
We'll see what happens, buddy. They all come out there in sleeves and what do they call the face? The baklavas and stuff.
Yeah.
But wait,
the steam coming out of the air, their breath blowing out.
Balaclava or something like that. Not baklava. That's food. Sorry.
Yeah. This is a fact, Tobias. That's exactly where this is going.
Yeah, they are. And it's going to be the same. The usual suspects, Miami, people like that. I would not be surprised to see DJ Lagway end up down there with the Hurricanes next year. Not saying that's what's going to happen. I think LSU is on that list.
I'll be right back.
Okay, bye-bye. He just left me. What do I do? What do I talk about? I don't know what to do with my hands. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Lagway. Florida's, man, they're losing a lot of folks right now. This coaching transition with Summerall hasn't been kind to them. I think Summerall will do fine once the portal opens. Kind of the same thing's going on over at Auburn. Everybody's kind of waiting to hear about some big names over there down on the plains with Galesh coming in. But what about Alabama? Well, Alabama's kind of quiet. Of course they're going to be quiet because they're about to play in the college football playoff. I just want to caution you guys because I see a lot of you guys kind of dragging these other fan bases when they're losing players. It's going to happen to us too. As soon as this season's over, it's coming. We losing some dudes. We're probably going to lose a couple of good dudes. Just keep that in mind, okay? Karma. It's Christmas time. Joy to the world and all that, okay? Be like, seriously. Wait, seriously? He's going to Nebraska? That'd be crazy. That's a weird move. Florida to Nebraska? Weird move. But, I mean, they can overpay for DJ Lagway all they want, man. Florida would have been a lot better without him this season, I think. So, yep.
All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they play Texas A&M.
I accidentally locked my wife out of the house, so she was back there banging on the garage door. I was like, oops.
Accidentally.
Whoopsie.
My bad.
Sorry, y'all. Didn't mean to just dip out like that, but I heard that door ringing at the back door, and I was like,
yeah, there's TJ Finley's available again, guys. What's he on? Like,
who is going to sign that dude? Come on now.
Somebody's going to. Tobias
got to stop.
Somebody's going to overpay for this moron. And I'm sorry. Like, dude, he's on like year 7 or year 8. Like, he should have a PhD. Like, this is ridiculous.
It's just a stick now. He's just doing this as a gimmick now.
Yeah.
It's not even about playing college ball. It's about how many teams can I play for? How many teams will they let me play for?
Yeah. If I play for another one, somebody's going to talk about me on social media.
Yes. Bingo.
And hasn't played well for one of them.
No. He's been dog poop for all of them.
There you go.
Who would sign this goofball? He's 30. He sucks. Like, who would sign this guy?
Absolutely crazy.
Making a mockery of the whole system.
Oh, Glenn Schumann. Where's he going to go? Where's he going? Tell me. Where's he going? Oh, that's a big news.
Michigan.
Today. Yeah. Oh, shoot, man. I don't know if I want that to happen. Actually, I'm okay with it. Listen, I think the next Michigan head coach is doomed. Mm-hmm. That job, and I've said this in several videos, is not the same job that it was 2 years ago.
Another reason DeBoer's not touching that thing with a 100-foot pole.
You don't know who the AD is going to be coming up soon. You don't know who the president's going to be coming up soon. Absolutely not. That place is going to be, we're not talking Penn State level stuff. They're already under sanctions. Dude, it is not a good job. Not a good job. Lance be crazy. Tyler Buckner. Hey, you can make fun of Tyler Buckner, but Tyler Buckner is the reason Alabama's in the college football playoff. That kick that Notre Dame missed,
not wrong.
Was he was the holder? And if that did not happen, they make that kick and beat Texas A&M. Alabama's not in the playoff tomorrow night. It's Notre Dame playing Oklahoma. So, dude, yes, Tobias, exactly. Like, that's what I don't understand. Yes, there is ridiculous pressure from everybody at Alabama, but you want to tell me there's no pressure like at Michigan? Like, Michigan is a blue blood program that has a winning history, whether we want to admit it or not. And then the pressure to come in and win almost immediately, but then clean up everything that's happened in the past couple of years. No, thank you, man.
Tobias,
Absolutely.
he had to take a pay
You're right,
cut.
Lance. My bad. You're right, Lance. You're right.
They had to take a pay cut so they could afford Bryce Underwood and Ty Haywood. So they had to tell Hairballs they needed to shim some off the top, and he said no thanks.
Oh man. In other news, hey, Daddy Muschamp's back. Oh, Willie.
Welcome back, Mud Champ.
Yeah, he has taken the DC position at the University of Texas in Austin. I think it's a good hire, man. I think it's a really good hire. With the guys that Texas can throw money at and get down there, and an SEC guy like Will Muschamp, if he still got it, you know what I mean? That's a good hire, dude.
I said this in a group text to some friends of mine that this was a main reason why Debo would go nowhere near it, because Portnoy is heavily involved. I don't know at what level, but he's around. Oh, shout out Gelato. Thank you for the super chat.
Bring it up. Well, we're going to preview that here in just a little bit. We're kind of just shooting the crap, getting the chat a little loose. Takes them a while to loosen up and get crazy. But yeah, we're going to preview that game in a little bit. So Gelato actually has OU beating Alabama 23-17 tomorrow. Should we just go ahead and jump in? Screw everybody else. Who cares about all the national news? Should we just jump into this dang thing and talk about it?
Oh, man.
Let's do it. It's Christmas, baby. It's Christmas. Hey, chat, while we're talking about this, spam your favorite Christmas movie, because we're going to talk about that later, too. Jeff. Now, I try to be realistic, right? Typically, I try not to be biased. I try not to be too gump, right?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
Not now. Not today. Not tomorrow.
This is gump only area.
I'm telling you, brother. Give me Alabama in this one. I will, if I'm wrong, I will eat my crow. And I'm sure 15 people will unsubscribe if Alabama loses, because for some reason people get mad at content creators like we got something to do with what happens on the field.
Moron. Son of a B.
I know. You told me.
You
told me that if they didn't turn the ball over, they'll win. Yeah. Because last time, if they didn't turn the ball over, they would have won. Dude, I think Alabama comes out tomorrow and plays a clean game. Look, this team, as bipolar as it is, they are one performance away from it clicking. And if it clicks, they've got the bracket to make a run. And I think it starts tomorrow night, man. Now, I don't want to give anybody any false hope, because what we've seen offensively from Alabama the past couple of times they've taken the field hasn't been pretty. But I just feel like they're going to be healthier. The O-line's going to be you got R. Mason Thomas that you got to account for. But if Ryan Grubb, who now knows what to look for in this daggum game, I don't know how he didn't before, but if he's able to call to it, to adjust his play calling and put Ty Simpson in a comfortable position, I think Alabama could win this game big if they played it in Norman, if they played it in Tuscaloosa, if they played it on the equator, the North Pole. I think Bama, if they play a good game, can win this game big tomorrow.
I would love nothing more than that. I'd like Lance said, give me 24-10. Can we win by double digits? Just
No, that's asking too much, Jeff.
Yes, I agree. I love your optimism. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying that we're going to lose. I'm not picking us to lose, but
we're picking this game in a minute. So
I'm very concerned with the inability to counter anything we've seen in the last 6 weeks.
So you got to see it to believe it, right?
Now, if Cuevas can play, that's a big issue fixer there. That helps tremendously, just having him in the lineup.
I agree to an extent. If he plays, that's big. But to what level does he play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on his effectiveness. Now, if he's in the game, you're going to have to at least account for him. And, God, if he can just catch a 5-yard pass on 3rd and 4 or a 4 yards and sit on 3rd and 2.
Sure.
Or something like that. Just something.
Tournament.
Just something. Can he provide anything? But, having Jam back, if he plays, how healthy will he be? It's just this. It's just the same thing every week. It's the same plays, regardless of who the running backs are, regardless of who's in the game. We got these 3 receivers that are dropping balls all over the field, and yet nobody else comes in the game. No other receiver gets a shot. No Cole Adams, no Derek Meadows. Nobody gets a shot, and there's balls hitting the turf all over the field during these games, and nobody else gets a shot. So it's like, why suddenly is tomorrow night going to be different? Maybe it's a playoff game, and it's like, hey, man, all things got to go to get us a win. There is no turning back. So everything's on the table. So maybe that's it, but there just hadn't been a sense of urgency in the last 6 weeks. Like, hey, we got to try something to fix this. It's just been like,
I do agree with that.
Bang your head. Bang your head.
It's been frustrating.
So it's like, try something. Try anything. Try this. Try a quick slant. If they're blitzing all night, try more screen passes. Try 1-2 throw. But everything is the same.
Why do you think they're not running more of that, especially like the slants across the middle of the field?
No, I think Ty can make that throw, but it's not even in the arsenal.
Is it more about Ryan Williams and the physicality of
Maybe,
running?
But we got physical receivers that can catch slants. Isaiah Horton is a big receiver. Derek Meadows is a big receiver. There's big receivers.
He's young.
Well, he's young, but I mean, he went up and caught that ball in the air that he got knocked out on. He caught that sucker and knew he was going to get hit. He just got put to sleep. That's why he dropped it. But
sure, Smitty, I'm going to tell you this, Tobias. I get it, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I have a theory, and this is my theory. My theory is that in the second half of the season, Alabama was playing some killer pass rushes, some of the best in the country, consistently, week in, week out. Now, there's no excuse for what Alabama's offensive line did, but much like, I'm going to use some psychology here, much like Pavlov's dogs, we talked about this last week, if you're conditioned to a certain stimulus, and in this case, the stimulus being a constant pass rush that doesn't give you time to read anything and make a decision, it's going to impact how you play the game. It's going to impact you not just on downs where there's pressure, every single down. I think that is what caught up with Ty Simpson. I'm hoping that having a couple of weeks off will allow him to kind of unloosen those screws that he tightened and maybe kind of just take some of the pressure off of him to go out there and play a little looser. If he's going to be making these checks, pre-snap, hopefully he's checking into something that is easier for him. He's making the right reads. Jeremy Bernard talked this week about Oklahoma's defense is probably one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country, at disguising what they're going to do. And we're not just talking about blitzes. We're talking about coverages, everything like that. They're going to play that high man where they're going to bring in that extra guy, and they're going to pressure Alabama all freaking night. I think, can Ty Simpson do the job that needs to be done? The other half of that problem is what Jeff's talking about, is he's not put in a position sometimes to succeed, right? We're seeing 3rd and 4 and Ty Simpson's dropping back, a 5-step drop, and receivers are running 40-yard routes. There's nothing built in. There's nothing built in with these guys to just pick up the first down and keep the chains moving. That's why they were so efficient on 3rd down early in the season, because Grubb was calling good stuff. It's tapered off as the season's progressed, and he's gotten matched up against really good defenses. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the donation. You are the bomb.
Thank you, Kayla.
We appreciate you. Oh, we got gelatos over here. Let's see what he's got to say. With Horton and Bernard gone, can Bama go get Nick Marsh? No idea, man. We're going to see what happens. Bama's definitely going to go.
Where's he at?
Guys. Nick Marsh, I'm not sure. I don't know who he's talking about. Let me look it up.
I
I'll probably do and just not.
Gelato, give us a hint who that is.
Michigan State.
Okay.
Is it the Michigan State guy?
Is he a player?
Yeah. He's talking
receiver.
About
I'm guessing he's a receiver if he says Horton and Bernard gone. So I'm guessing Nick Marsh is a receiver.
Yeah, I think if guys like Malcolm Simmons and stuff go, I think Bama will definitely go after them. Obviously, if Cam Coleman. I've heard, this is just rumor mill. Okay, just rumor mill. I've heard that Cam Coleman has actually had meetings already in Tuscaloosa, but those meetings are going on in other places, right? They're more like business meetings.
Lots of them.
Yeah, it's not just Tuscaloosa. So I don't know how true that is, but we'll see.
Bama's definitely question.
As he needs.
You know, Ty gets like 94 plays at the line that he's checking in and out of. So it's like, it almost feels like it's overthinking it. Maybe. You know, it's 3rd and 4 and he's checking for 30 seconds. And it's like, it's not that difficult. Not difficult, but it's not that complicated of an algorithm.
Sure. It worked early on in the season. You know, we were all complaining about having to waste timeouts, but it was working. Him checking was working earlier on in the season. I think the playbook's just out, man.
Yeah.
These defensive coordinators know Alabama can't run the ball or hasn't run the ball consistently. And that makes their jobs very, very easy. Just
good point.
Target Ty Simpson, man.
Well, and I think Georgia did a fantastic job. Kirby Smart did a fantastic job of disguising to where Ty checked into the play they wanted him to, and they just ate it up. I mean, but that's what Georgia does. They find your weakness and they exploit it, and they almost back you into a corner where all you can do is what they want you to. That's
now. I will on the caveat on that. College Football Nerds posted it to X earlier today. They went through like an extensive preview of who Alabama did not have in that game and who played that game hurt. It was a lot more. It was a lot more than I think I realized going into the game. Not to excuse anything, but that's not the same Alabama team we see tomorrow.
Right, and we saw how we played against Georgia when everybody was healthy, and Georgia had a full roster, and we had a full roster, and you saw it was a much better game when we won the game. I mean, Georgia could have easily won that game, but that was a much better game than what you saw Georgia beat 2/3 of an Alabama team, you know, in a game that we really didn't even need to should have played.
Sure. I think you said something a second ago, Jeff, that really overcomplicating it. We have a tendency to do that. I'm sure coaches do, players do. And I think in this one, I posted a video the other day and the title was it's obvious. Like, it's very obvious what Alabama needs to go into Norman and do to win this game. They need to be good on 3rd down. They need to protect Ty Simpson, and they need to not turn the ball over. If they can do those 3 things, they're going to win this football game. But those are big ifs. And I think sometimes with Ryan Grubb, there is that overcomplicating it. And that's why we see the, up 17-0 in the Iron Bowl, and you're driving and you run that stupid reverse that just killed everything. I think that's why we're seeing some of that sometimes. Just he's learning how to be an SEC coordinator. I'm not making excuses for him. He's likely going to be our coordinator next year. So our Mason Thomas is going to be an issue. I agree that's the one guy that I'm like, man, I'm hoping, I don't mean this the way it's going to sound. Okay. I'm hoping that he's not 100%. Because if he's 100%, he's going to have Caden Proctor on skates the entire game. Yeah. He is a very strong and he's a power rusher. You know what I mean?
This is true too. I mean, we gifted them everything they got in that first game. I mean, these are very, very, but there's no reason. It's like, I don't want to go in there and say, oh, we had we had 3 turnovers in the first game. We're not going to do that tomorrow. I mean, they may force us into turnovers tomorrow too, but I'm just hoping not. I'm hoping we've got
something. They were very aggressive with it. They almost forced a couple of more in that game. And they're going to do the same thing. Brent Venables is going to have them fired up. There's rumors that 50 Cent's going to lead them out on the field tomorrow. They're going to be fired up, man. And they're going to do the exact same thing defensively that they did last time because it worked. That's what Kirby Smart did. It absolutely worked. And they're gonna try to rip the ball out. They're gonna try to do the same thing. Alabama has to win the turnover battle. They have to. If
to.
they cannot create
On the road too.
turnovers on the road, you're going to see a lot of the same. If they turn the ball over and keep giving Oklahoma short fields, I mean, it's absolutely, when you go back and look at the box score, it's disgusting. Alabama almost outgained them in total yardage, almost 200 yards.
I think tied for 300 in that game.
Yeah, they almost outgained them 200 yards through the air. Mm-hmm. Neither team could run the ball worth a flip. Turnovers, man. Turnovers.
It's been our story all year, so it's like whenever somebody mentions that for a game, you're just like, yeah, that's it. That's we can't run at all. We hadn't run all year.
Yeah. Now, some of those turnovers, though, were forced. That is something that not a lot of Alabama fans talk about, and I don't want to scare anybody, but Oklahoma baited Alabama into a lot of those turnovers. That pick six tie through, that was by design, man. That play was designed to confuse him, and it worked. Venables won that rep, and it absolutely worked.
Yeah. Now, did he have to house it? No, we shouldn't have let him house it, but
I mean, he's going to have to be a much smarter football player tomorrow.
Well, and then it's like, why'd they, out of nowhere, we put Ryan Williams in return punts. Bang, he fumbles it. He's not a punt returner. He hadn't done that all year. Why suddenly do that in the middle of that game? Cole Adams is the punt returner, period. Like, there's period.
And to this point, Tobias, if you want them to not have to fight for extra yards, you have to put them in good position on early downs. Right? We don't need these kids trying to pick up 3rd and 7s the entire game or 4th and 5s the entire game. Like, you need positive work on first down. Mm-hmm. Alabama has not been great at that all year. They haven't.
No, and
penalties or negative plays or just, runs that get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. But if they can't have positive first down plays, you're going to see guys trying to take matters in their own hand, trying to fight for extra yardage, because that's a lot of what happened last game. You're absolutely right, Tobias, is guys were fighting, Ryan Williams, fighting for extra yards and things like that, and they just got bullied into turning the ball over. We don't throw to the first down marker, pick it up, go to the next play. We don't need you.
It's not that complicated. Just don't think so much. Overthink everything. It's like just if you see A, call B. If you see B, call A. I know it's a little more complicated than that, but 15 for 60 is not, and that's better than we've had a good bit of the year. There's been a few good games in there like that, but 15 for 60 is good production from your running back if running is not the central point of the offense, which it's not. Saw that he runs like he stole baby. Thank you, Kyle, for the repost.
Yeah, Chuck, you're right. Jeremy Bernard talked to that about the difficulties. I kind of was like, why is he saying that? Talking about the weird placement of the lights and how it impacted them. And then I saw footage of that stadium being prepped today, and their lights are really weirdly placed. They're placed in the corners of the end zone. Facing right in, dude. It's really strange. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I'm telling you right now, something's gonna happen where one of those lights is gonna do something with Talty or with Ryan Williams as he takes one off his neck in the end zone, or as Talty hooks one into the parking lot. It's gonna be because he got lens flared by the corner lights. Like right when he went to kick, or right when because Ryan's going to jump for every ball he catches. So right when he jumps to catch whatever ball it is, he loses it in the lights and it bounces off his neck again.
Hold on, I'm about to bring this up. So
I'm going to put that on a T-shirt. Picture that ball bouncing off his neck in the end zone on that beautiful touchdown pass.
Frustrating. All right, here we go. I'm just going to bring it up on the website because I don't want to save it to my computer. But yeah, you can see like the weird placement of these stadium lights. What?
Oh God, that's right in his face.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, so that's a little strange for sure.
Oh, great.
Yeah, at first, I when he said it, I was like, dude, no, that's just no. And then I went and looked and saw the placement of these lights. That's really weird, man.
That is so lame.
Really, really weird. But
that is so lame.
Where'd we go? There we are. But I mean, you got to overcome adversity. Adversity.
That's true. Adversity. Respect the adversity. Yeah, maybe you could put on special glasses.
My favorite,
Those-
somebody reshared that today and we're like, it's not working.
Those meta glasses.
Yeah, there's little special glasses to help them catch the ball. They were like, it's not working. No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I mean, I think, I don't know. I think we're going to win the game. I hope we win the game, obviously. But I'm not confident that we're going to come out and just like grab our sack and go.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, I don't want to sit here and crap on Shepard. Like, I don't. I think he's a great dude. But I think some of this may be him as a position coach reflected on the field. Bama's wide receivers didn't really have a drop problem before he got there.
This has been the worst year for receivers we've had in a while that I can remember.
Yeah. Now,
Jeremy had a good year early, but if you step back and look overall, it hasn't been the best.
I don't know, man.
Nuts. Yeah. That place is nuts.
Florida's is very similar.
Yeah, they're right on top of you in the swamp.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma's like Florida's is like built into the ground. I think Auburn's is like that too. So
that's why Brian Denny's so quiet, because we're so far away from the field and it's flat. Randy,
hope you're doing
Randy,
well.
I got your message earlier, but I hang on. I'm going to read this.
I forgot to respond. I'm sorry, Randy.
I did, but I didn't know what the question was.
Well, ask it again.
The question didn't make much sense to me. Randy, one word answer. What crystallizes what this game on Friday means for Alabama?
Crystallizes.
What crystallizes what this game on Friday means for Alabama in one word? Sorry, Randy, I don't know what that means.
I think he's trying to say like in one, what summarizes like what does this game mean for Alabama in one word? Chat, help Randy out.
I'm hoping they're looking at this game as, I say this without being disrespectful, like not a revenge game. Like, oh, we're going to get them back for this win that they had. I'm hoping they're looking at it like next. Like they're just the next team in front of them. Like they're just the next opponent to beat. I don't care that they beat us before. I don't care about the first game. I don't care about any of that foolishness.
Hungry's a good one.
They're just the next obstacle. I'm hoping that's how they're going into this game.
Careful.
Because, when you go in with revenge as the motivator, you can sometimes be overamped and it backfires.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that though. You're starting to sound too much like.
Got you, Randy. I'm with you, Randy. I'm nervous.
Yeah, for me,
I'm very nervous.
Honestly, for me, I'm not nervous. My goal was for Alabama to make the college football playoff. They've done that. I don't really care what happens at this point. It's going to be frustrating if they lose to Oklahoma again. It's going to be frustrating listening to Notre Dame fans say, "We told you so." It's going to be frustrating to hear the media start hyping up the DeBoer to Michigan talk again. But, I've learned to kind of adjust my thinking in terms of natty or bust, just because of the way college football is nowadays and understanding how in flux Alabama actually is this year as opposed to who they'll be next year. I think a college football playoff is pretty solid right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. This next loss will be his fourth. That's back-to-back 4-loss seasons. Does that stick in your craw at any?
Not really.
Yeah, I'm trying to, because everybody's like, hey, all the people on social media are pounding that, 4-loss seasons. Thank you, Randy. Is Alabama suddenly now Alabama's okay with being a perennial 4-loss team, et cetera?
No, I'm not, but I also
don't care about that. I care about the end of the journey. If we lose 4 games and win a ring, I couldn't care less how many games we lost.
I feel like I'm not okay with Alabama being mediocre under any circumstance.
Yeah.
Like there's
I don't want to finish 8-4.
Yeah, there's still a standard that needs to be upheld, but at the same time, I 100% understand like where they are right now. I think the expectations for this team were probably way too high coming into the season. I think the media fed, the people who had access to the program fed a lot into that, to the content creators. And then we fed a lot into it because of what we were being told and what we were hearing through those avenues. And nobody ever just said, hey, pump the brakes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it started from there, and everybody expects Alabama to go win national. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if Nick Saban was the head coach of this team, they would not be favored to win the national championship this year.
This is 100% true. This comment's 100% true too.
I'll take it. Yeah. But Lance is saying it. Some other people are saying it. At the same time, it will be incredibly frustrating because I know without a shadow of a doubt that this team is talented enough to freaking drag Oklahoma. They are.
Yes.
They are.
Oklahoma's a fraud. Together. They're a hype, man. Oklahoma stinks. Tobias said it on the morning show that we listened to. Oklahoma stinks, man. We just handed them
they're not
20 or 14 or 21 points. They stink.
Yeah, they're not a good football team outside of their defense. Now, I fully expect John Mateer to look like Tom Brady tomorrow night just because he's due that kind of game, but
he didn't have any turnovers the first week, but he didn't look impressive.
No, he didn't. No, he absolutely didn't. He scored on a short field, and so I feel like, Alabama was able to drive a couple of times. They put up 21 points in that game against that defense. So I think Alabama, they can score. Can they score consistently? That's the thing, man. Field position is going to be huge here. Alabama absolutely has to move the daggone football, man. They got to move the football. If they don't do that,
both those high turnovers are just crucial. I mean, one, the pick six, obviously that's a change the scoreboard. And then just the timely one of his fumble was just killer. So
yeah,
we just got to clean it up.
Now I am gonna say this. I like what Lance said. I said this to a buddy on the phone the other day. I will say, some of the uncharacteristic stuff we saw in the SEC championship was due to injury. Some of it was just the fact that Georgia was much more prepared for that game. You could tell Georgia took that to heart. But I'll say this about Alabama. If Alabama's offense comes out and they are able to consistently, at least somewhat consistently, move the ball and get into scoring position against Oklahoma and they win that game, I think they'll play for a national championship. They've got the easiest route. That's why everybody was pissed off that Alabama didn't drop from 9 after the championship game. Because
were they ever ticked off, man?
That's why, because of the draw they got. They know that if Alabama beats Oklahoma, they can beat Indiana. Who else is in that bracket? Texas Tech?
I thought Alabama killed their dog or something.
Well, everybody hates us. So
I mean, geez.
Should we? We should. Will we? No, we won't win this game by 21 points. Dude, listen, this is a very good defense. Overall, this might be the best defense in the country. This is easily the best pass rushing team in the country. They get to the quarterback more than anybody else in the country. They are, I think they might be number 1 in team sacks. I haven't looked at it, but they were the last time we played. And it showed up late in the game. That was the thing. Alabama handled it okay for a while, but as the game wore on, it started to show up, and you just can't let that happen. Alabama's got to come out. They got to go fast, and they got to get up early. If they can do that, they'll win this football game. They could win this football game by a couple of scores.
We might be up by 21 at some point, but we're not going to win by 21.
It's doable, man. It's doable. It's doable. You just need to go and force some turnovers. DBs are going to have to be very smart. Linebackers are going to have to be smart. You're going to have somebody disciplined so that Mateer's not picking up third downs with his legs. He can do that. So
very well. Can we not drop easy picks? Just pick off one of these easy interceptions tomorrow.
We lead the nation in almost interceptions.
I mean, I swear. And then it's like the next play, 70-yard bomb or 70-yard pass play. Like the Iron Bowl, easy drop pick, next play, 70 yards. They're down inside the 5-yard line.
Sure, absolutely.
And then what was that? Was it Georgia we dropped a pick and then they scored 2 plays later, or was it was somebody else we dropped a pick and they scored 2 plays later?
I think it happened. I think it happened in the SEC championship game, but it's happened several games this year.
It's like, man, we dropped some easy picks.
Jeff, right now in the playoff field, you can't say Alabama. Who would you say is winning the national championship?
I think Georgia's the team to beat. Their defense is playing outstanding right now.
They've gotten so much better as the year.
Granted, they played 2/3 of an Alabama team, I know, but they did what they should have done that game. They shut us down and stuffed our face in the mud and stomped us out. The defense decided early, you ain't running the ball, not happening.
Yeah.
It's over. And -3 rushing yards. When Georgia decides they're taking something away from you defensively, you better find another route because it ain't happening. And their defense is playing really well right now. Gunnar Stockton's not lighting up the scoreboard, but he's not turning the ball over.
He's doing what he needs to do.
He's going AJ McCarron and just getting first downs with his legs. AJ didn't do that, but he's not turning the ball over. He's making smart throws. He's taking the first down runs when they're there, making easy throws, not making risky throws or whatever, and not taking a lot of sacks. So now they didn't look great against Georgia Tech. I know Tech, gave them all they wanted that day, but I think they're playing the best now. And if you got to put your money on somebody, Kirby Smart's a pretty good one to do it.
Yeah, them or Indiana. I agree. This is a good question. If Ty struggles and we are scoring, does Kalen DeBoer bring him back up? Nah, he hasn't done that yet in 2 years. I don't think it's happening in this game. Absolutely not.
I mean, if it was the national championship game, maybe yes, but I don't know what's wrong with my stupid camera.
Jeff, I was about to say, do the hand thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it work? Christmas magic. Christmas magic.
Bring him back into focus, you piece of shnikes. There we go.
Hey! Jingle bells. Sorry.
Yeah. So Tech gave Georgia all they wanted that day, but again, I don't think Georgia's ever any position that was going to lose that game. There's never any fear they were going to lose that game.
Yeah. You also have to wonder if Georgia they had enough of the Kirby Smart can't beat Alabama talk.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's got an Alabama problem, and if they just kind of blew their load in the SEC championship game. That's a thing. It happens. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I don't.
Not a good football team.
I don't think he even used any of his bullets. Hardly. That was the easiest 28-7 win that Georgia ever could have had. I think if Kirby wanted to, he could have scored 50 that day. If he really wanted to send a message, like if they were on the brink or something, and he wanted to send a message, I think he could have beat us 45-7.
Sure,
but he, it's like he got up 28-7 and then just said, this is like a fighter. He's just kind of backed off going, what's the point of punching this guy some more? He's not getting up.
Yeah.
So I don't think they blew their load in that game. I don't even think they loaded the gun. I think they just
ski. Sorry. So with Alabama, here's my keys, final thoughts on it, and then we'll pick the game. Keys to the game defensively, Alabama has to get pressure, but also maintain discipline. Mm-hmm. They need to get off the field on third down. They need to create. They have to be aggressive and create at least 2 turnovers in this game, I think.
At least.
Yeah.
Got to have a turnover.
On the other side, Alabama cannot turn the ball over. That's the most important thing. They cannot give – field position is going to be a battle here. They have to be good on third down as well as early down so that they're not put in bad conversion positions in late downs. If they can do that, if Alabama can do that, and they can, if they can there's other ways that you can neutralize that pass rush without blocking them. We've talked about it. If Ryan Grubb can just do it, if he can just call it and he can do it, if Alabama goes 50% on third downs or something in this game, they're going to win. Without turning the ball over, they're going to win.
Now, handily.
Now, my final score prediction for this one is Alabama 24, Oklahoma 14.
That's fair.
And I'm telling you, I think if the Tide get it done and they look like they have any kind of offensive consistency, like they've put it back together again, they'll make a push to the national championship. Will they win it? I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But Alabama 24, Oklahoma 14. Jeff, the floor is yours.
Well, after voicing all my concerns and all my issues with the play calling and
against Bama.
repetitiveness of it. I think the boys in white tomorrow right the ship. 31-17. Alabama walks out of there convincingly.
31-17.
31-17, and we're on to the Hoosiers.
If Alabama goes into Norman and scores 31 points, they're winning the national championship.
Bingo. Just said it, man.
I like the way you think, sir. I like the way you
So
think.
nobody mess with the Jesus. Ooh, 17-13. Yeah, that would not be good for my soul.
Yeah, come on, man. It's
I almost said 21-10, Bama Dave. That was almost my 21-10 pick, but I think that Oklahoma will score a little bit more than that. Yeah, but 31-7. Yes, if we can score 31 points in Norman on a Friday night when it's cold after looking like poop for 6 weeks,
I agree.
Something's gone right. But
yeah,
maybe Kalen DeBoer inserts himself in somewhere here. Like no more reverses. The first reverse you call, I'm firing you on the spot.
He's been working with the wide receivers all week, so.
Maybe. DeBoer was a receiver, so maybe that's a good thing. Like Saban sometimes to get in there with the DBs, mix it up there. So maybe that's a good thing that DeBoer's getting more hands-on.
Jarrell, run the route again.
BD James, I like that score. I hope it's a little bit.
Roll Tide.
I hope it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I don't want to
Roll Tide from Texas.
I'm tired of close games. We've been tortured enough this year. It's Christmas time, man. Feliz Navidad.
I would love 31-10 and Oklahoma scores late to give you a 31-17. But if I'd be ecstatic if it was 31-10 at some point. And
here's the thing.
However,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what that score looks like at this point, as long as you got one more point than the other guys. If you you advance. It's win or go home. The game is
however you have to do it. Now, if Ty starts the game 3 of 12 with 3 picks, maybe you got to rethink your strategy.
We got a lot of 30s in here. 30, 31.
Yes, sir. Tommy has the Tide with 30 as I do. Worldwide homicide 27-13. I like that score too.
Hey guys, there's almost 200 of you. It's a slow night, but do me a favor. If you're new here, you never watched before, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We do content all day, every day, just for you. Now, I will say, Jeff, I will not be live next Thursday because it's Christmas. And I'm going to be eating prime rib and probably asleep on the couch at that point. But I am fine with going live on Friday.
We will be going live tomorrow night post game. So
that's correct, sir.
Y'all tell everybody that's a hotbed of content there because everybody's fresh off the game. They got fresh opinions.
I was pointing, not giving you a thumbs down.
I was about to say thumbs down. What's wrong?
Sorry, I was pointing. Sorry.
I'll take that score too, Randy. Any score anybody has Bama with more points, I'm on board. But yes, we will be live post game tomorrow night. So y'all set your timers or set your reminders to come join us tomorrow night immediately after the game. We're way better than the Bama post game radio. If you're driving home,
just listen.
Whatever, put us on. I'm telling you, the Bama radio is like 6 minutes of commercials, 1 minute of show.
Not here. No commercials.
Not here, brother. We all y'all drive the show. So if you got something to say, come on and say it, and we will talk about it. We'll get your comment on the screen, and we'll talk about it. Y'all drive the show. So
now, Jeff, it is Christmas time, and we do this every year. And since there's so many newbies in the chat this year,
newbies,
I want to ask chat. You can be loud and proud. We are shifting gears here. Jeff, what is your favorite Christmas movie, and what do you want for Christmas this year? No pressure.
That's a tough question. I'm going to expand this a little bit so we can kind of see we got going here. So, my all-time, if I have to narrow it down to one Christmas movie, is Die Hard. If I got to pick one,
is Die Hard a Christmas movie, chat? Hold on, let chat answer. Look at you already getting defensive.
Yes, as y'all can see, Bad Santa. I've got Billy Bob right here, and his drunk Bad Santa right here. Hang on, get my finger right. You can see Billy Bob right here. That's my bad Santa.
So I learned this week that there's actually a sequel to that movie, and I watched it, and it is more raunchy than the first one.
It's not as funny. It's way more raunchy, and the kid's old now. But the first one is so epic. It's hysterical. But if I can't pick Die Hard, it's close between Bad Santa and Christmas Vacation. But although I can't pick one. That's why I got 5 on my background. I can't pick one.
So for me, it's A Christmas Story. And A Christmas Story is not just my favorite Christmas movie. It's my favorite movie of all time. Now, Jeff, you actually had a chance to talk to Peter Billingsley this week, right?
I did. Last Friday night, they came to Montgomery and they did it was called An Evening with Peter Billingsley, and they screened the movie at the Performing Arts Center, the big auditorium, the theater. They screened the movie, and then on the stage they had 2 chairs, so the whole time. And then after the movie was over, they there was a guy that was a host, and then they brought Peter Billingsley out, and he took questions from the crowd. Yes, Christmas Story is a timeless classic for me too. I grew up watching that movie. But he came out and he told us about the movie, about the production of the movie, about the making of the movie, little behind the scene things about the movie.
That's
there
cool,
were deleted scenes that don't exist in this movie because things weren't on digital back then. There was a whole different way of filming things. So deleted scenes don't exist in a server somewhere. They're gone. But he said there was a couple of deleted scenes that he showed us through pictures that his mom took with a camera on set of them shooting these scenes. And so he put these pictures up on screen. And so he walked us through these 2 deleted scenes through 4 or 5 still pictures that his mom took on set that day.
That's cool.
It was really, really awesome. Told us some cool stuff. He was so nice. There were microphones set up where people could go to stand a microphone and talk to him and ask him a question. And he was very engaging with the audience. And by doing, you can tell that this, he is really invested in the legacy of this movie and what this movie means to people. I grew up watching this movie with my mom and dad. We watched this movie every Christmas, my whole childhood. We lost my dad last year right before Christmas. And so last Friday was the 1-year anniversary of his funeral. And so it was like a nice way that we honored him by Mom and I going to this thing and getting to watch this movie and talk to Peter and just kind of honor my dad that way. It was one of his favorite movies at Christmas time. It was one of his favorites. Christmas Vacation is too. That's one of his all-time favorites too. So,
well, Jeff,
anyway, it was awesome.
It's interesting how we kind of have some parallels. We lost my mom back in February. Christmas was a huge deal to her. It's kind of like, if you guys could see my house, it's ridiculous. It looks like a Hallmark movie, but I get that from my mom. And so this is our first Christmas without her. And it's been really, really hard. Last year, she came down a couple of days after Christmas. She spent Christmas with my sister. She came down a couple of days after Christmas and spent New Year's with us. On the way driving her back to Alabama, we listened to a Peter Billingsley podcast the entire way in the car. And we got to her house and she had not seen the sequel to A Christmas Story yet. And so I was like, Mom, let's watch it. And so we watched it when we got back to her house. And that was literally the last night we ever spent together. The next time I'd see her, she was on hospice and on meds. And so I sent that story to Peter Billingsley and was like, hey man, I just want to let you know that, your work it does touch people's lives and it has impacted people in a positive way. And dude, he was so gracious and so nice. I didn't realize he's done a bunch of work on other stuff behind the scenes, like Avengers and things like that. He's all over.
Big time
Ralphie's been all over. Yeah. Ralphie's been all over Hollywood.
He was in the first Iron Man. He was the doctor that said, I'm sorry, I'm not Tony Stark.
Yeah.
When he was like, Tony Stark built this in a room full of scraps. And he was like, I'm sorry, I'm not Tony Stark. That was Ralphie.
Yeah. For all of you guys popping in the chat, we have been talking Bama football for about an hour. So we're going to actually be wrapping up here in a second. So make sure you guys go hit the
horrible story here. Yes. Rest in peace to this. This was a terrible, terrible story. We don't talk about this ever on the show because we're football Bama football, but I'm a huge racing fan. I'm a massive gearhead. I freaking love racing. My dad raced when I was little. He worked at the track through my childhood. I love auto racing. I've been a NASCAR fan for 30 years. So this hit hard for me seeing this about Biffle. Anytime you see somebody pass, it's sad. But the fact that it was his whole family on this plane and other people involved, and his 5-year-old son and his 14-year-old daughter and his wife and other friends of theirs, just a terrible, unbelievably heartbreaking story. And so, anything that happens in the racing world. Michael Annette died a few weeks back. He was a former Busch Series driver for Junior Motorsports. I've raced as him on my Xbox racing NASCAR racing game. I've raced as Michael Annette. So as also as Greg Biffle. So it's like very, very, very sad. But anyway, so yes, thank you for bringing that up. I meant to bring that up earlier just because I'm a ginormous racing fan and wanted to bring that up. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah. All right, guys. That is going to do it. I hope that you all, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a very safe New Year. I won't be live next Thursday. I doubt Jeff will be too. We're going to let you guys take the week off. But we will be live tomorrow night. But we will be live tomorrow night after the game, hopefully celebrating Alabama advancing in the college football playoff. Again, my final score prediction is 24-14. Bama, I think they play good. If Jeff is right on his, I think if Alabama goes out there and scores 31 points, man, they're probably making a run at the college football playoff. That's all I'm saying.
Something's clicked right.
Championship. Yeah. It finally
we hang
clicked.
31 up there on the road in the cold. You're right. Something's clicked, and something's about to happen.
Yep. So I hope if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's the best Christmas gift you can give yourself this year. You won't regret it. It's the gift that keeps on giving all year.
It is, Edward.
It is. All right, guys. As always, you know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Let's go beat Oklahoma, guys. Stay merry. Roll Tide.